So welcome everyone, this is Professor C.A. Rohit Shroff and I welcome you on behalf of JK Shah Classes to this revision video of SA810, that is engagement to report on summary financial statement. Before we move ahead with this revision, if you have not seen SA800 and 805, go to the playlist and view that video as well. Also for this SA810, I have included the whole notes, that is the complete notes, as well as the summary notes that I'm using in the video in the description channel. You can go in the description and get the link to that particular notes. Before we move ahead, I request please like this video, comment on this video. That will be a lot of good motivation for me to make such videos further. Now, as always that we do, we will try to understand the standard. Second stage, we will try to memorize it, and the third stage, we will try to interpret. Till the time you do not have a tick mark on all these three boxes, that is understand, memorize and interpret, audit is going to get difficult. So do not worry, we will take care of all the three things here. So let us begin with SA810. What is 810? It is engagement to report on a summary financial statement. So the first question that arises in your head is, what is summary financial statement? Now, see, let us say I have given you the whole main notes, which includes all the question bank, all the date, all the comprehensive details. But a lot of students will come and tell me, sir, on the last day, it may get very difficult for us to revise all this. What we will require is summary notes that we can use on the last 1.5 days. So can you help us with some summary notes? So, okay, I said, okay, I will give you some summary notes as well. Now, if I have main whole notes, only I am in a position to make a summary of the same. See, you cannot use my whole notes and summary notes of some other professor on the YouTube. It might not be very comfortable for you to use both the things. So likewise, when financial statements are made, we make summary financial statement for the ease of users. So what happens is, what we do is, firstly, the financial statements are made. These financial statements are audited. Once this financial statement are audited, out of this audited financial statements, what we will make is summary. So now in this engagement in SA810, we are appointed to audit summary financial statement. So who can accept this engagement? The person who had audited financial statement, only he can audit summary financial statement. Now let us say, for example, our Ramesh had audited our financial statement. Can Suresh accept the appointment for summary? No, Suresh cannot accept. Ramesh will only have to audit summary financial statements. So SA810 makes it very evident that SA801 deals with summary of financial statement can be accepted by the same auditor only. So this is a very important point which can be asked for MCQ. The only same auditor can accept it. Fine. Moving ahead. Whenever we accept such an engagement, what are we supposed to do? So whenever we accept an engagement, what do we check is whether the AFRF is acceptable or not. But under SA810, there is going to be no AFRF. See, there is no financial reporting framework which talks about how to make a summary. Does any AFRF talks about how to make a summary? No. So AFRF does not talk about the same. So here we will have to check whether the applied criteria is acceptable. See, here we are not using the word AFRF. We are using the word criteria. What is a criteria? How to make summary financial statement? What should be included in that summary financial statement is called as criteria. So management is responsible for such a criteria. So management is responsible for determination of information that needs to be reflected in summary financial statement. We need to check whether the applied criteria is acceptable or not. See, before we accept such an audit for summary financial statement, we need to keep in mind there are some risk involved here. There are some risk involved. See, for example, let us say you are watching only the revision lectures and using only revision notes will have some amount of risk, right? Why it will have some amount of risk? See, here the information that I am giving is limited. It is aggregated. Likewise, when summary financial statement are made, summary financial statement may have limited disclosure. The information may be aggregated, hence the risk here is going to be increased. So we need to keep in mind that there is some risk involved. So because summary financial statements contain aggregated information and limited disclosure, there is an increased risk that they may not contain the necessary information. Now, this risk will be even high when the appropriate criteria is not established. If there is an appropriate criteria established, this risk may be less. But however, when there is no applied criteria, then established criteria, then the risk may even increase. How do we ascertain whether the applied criteria is acceptable or not? So we need to check four factors. Four factors that are affecting the acceptability of criteria. Very important. A 4-mark question can be separately asked only what are the factors that affect acceptability of a criteria. First is the nature of the entity. See, whether it is a listed entity or it is an unlisted entity. It will definitely affect how do we make summary, what should be included in that summary financial statement. Second, what is the purpose of financial statement? Whether it is general purpose financial statement, whether it is special purpose financial statement. My friends, all those who have not seen SA 800, we have discussed very much in detail about special purpose. So you know it affects how do we know how do you select that particular criteria. So we'll see the purpose. Third, we'll see what is the need of those users, whether the information need of the users are fulfilled or not. Then it will be acceptable criteria or it will not be. Lastly, the summary should not in any way get misleading. See, it should not happen that, summary is giving us some other position. It is reflecting some other position of the financial statement. So, summary should depict what is there in the audited financial statement. It should not be misleading. So, four factors that we need to consider. First is the nature of the entity. Second, what is the purpose of the financial statement? What is the information need of the users? And whether the criteria is misleading. A lot of times, this criteria may be set up by a standard setting organization or by law. For example, let us say ICI. So, if there is a standard setting organization or law has given us a criteria, no problem, we will check whether that particular criteria is acceptable or not. Eventually, if we conclude that the criteria is not acceptable, then my friends, we will not accept the work. Once again, if we conclude that the criteria is not acceptable, we should not accept the work. Similar to if we think that the AFRF is not acceptable, likewise, we will not accept the audit here. Secondly, we should obtain from the management that it acknowledges its responsibility and understands its responsibility. What is your responsibility, management? Management, it is your responsibility to prepare summary financial statement. We as auditor are just going to audit the summary financial statement. So we will obtain an agreement from them that you are going to prepare the summary financial statement. Secondly, make available the audited financial statement to the intended users. So right now, if I'm giving you a summary, it is my responsibility that I make sure that you have my complete notes as well, access to that as well. So when you go to the description, you have both the notes available with you. So it is my responsibility that I make both the things available. So management, it is your responsibility that to whomever you are providing summary financial statement, you will also provide it with audited financial statement. What is audited? That is complete from which the summary is derived. So you will provide them with audited financial statement without any undue difficulty. When can I say it is available without undue difficulty? In either of the cases. For example, summary financial statement clearly describes from whom and where the audited financial statements are available. Second, audited financial statements are available on public record. You can go on their website and it is available. Lastly, management has themselves established a process by which intended users can have a ready access to the audited financial statement. Then I can conclude that the users have audited financial statement access without undue difficulty. So which are the 3 points? Summary financial statement describe clearly from where and from whom the audited financial statements are available. Audited financial statements are available on public records, and management has established a process by which the intended users obtain ready access to the audited financial statements. Also, along with this, we need to agree with the management on the form and the opinion that has to be expressed on the summary financial statement. Going ahead with question number 3, what should be our procedures? What should be the nature of the audit procedures? Firstly, we will need to evaluate whether they adequately disclose their summarized nature. What do you mean by summarized nature? So when they give the summary financial statement, they should write this is summary financial statement. In India, a lot of time we use the word abridged financial statement, condensed financial statement. So they should disclose that this is summarized. See, users should not have an confusion. For example, if I'm giving you notes, If it is a summary notes, it will be written this is summary notes. So users understand whether this is complete financial statement or summarized. So there should be adequate disclosure of the summarized nature, and should also identify where will you get the audited financial statement. Secondly, we should evaluate whether they disclose whatever is the applied criteria. So the summary financial statement should disclose the applied criteria. Next, I need to apply procedures to see whether they are prepared in accordance with the applied criteria. So 3 points. They should disclose their summarized nature and identify the audited financial statement. Secondly, they should disclose the applied criteria. Third, it should be prepared in accordance with the applied criteria. When the summary financial statement are not accompanied by the audited financial statement, we should clearly describe from where and from whom you will get the same. So see, if the audited financial statement and summary are given together, nothing is to be done. But if summary is not accompanied with audited financial statement, then in summary we should write from where and from whom audited financial statements are available. A lot of time law and regulation may specify that summary financial statement need not be accompanied with the audited financial statement. Then no problem, just give a mention about that law and regulation. Next, you should see whether the summary financial statement, compare it with the related information and try to recalculate from the related information in the audited financial statement. And last but not the least, the audited financial statements should be available to the intended users without any undue difficulty. We have discussed in the previous answer, when do we say it is available without undue difficulty. So 6 points we discussed here. What are the 6 points? Firstly, adequately disclose the summarized nature and identify the audited financial statement. Disclose the applied criteria. Prepare in accordance with the applied criteria. If the summary is not accompanied with audited financial statement, describe from when and from whom you will get this audited financial statement. If law and regulation specifies that it is not needed, give a reference to the law and regulation. Recalculate it, and lastly, make the audited financial statement available without any undue difficulty. Next, one of the basic most easy question, form of opinion. If the auditor concludes that he wishes to give an unmodified opinion, then if we are following a compliance framework, or either we are following fair presentation framework. If we are following compliance framework, what will be the language? That the summary financial statement are consistent in all material respect in accordance with the AFRF. Next, the summary financial statement are a fair summary of the audited financial statement in accordance with the applied criteria. So, once again, if we are using compliance, it should be consistent, and if we are using fair presentation, then you can write it is a fair summary of the applied criteria. A lot of time law and regulation may give you prescribe what should be the wordings of the opinion. If the law and regulation is giving you how to write the wordings of the opinion, then we will follow that. But if we think so, the wordings of the law and regulation may get, users may misunderstand the same. Then in that case, in the auditor's report, we will give additional explanation. We will give them additional explanation trying to mitigate those misunderstandings. If by additional explanation, auditor can mitigate those misunderstandings, no problem, we will accept the engagement. But let us say by additional explanation also, I think so, I will not be able to mitigate the misunderstanding. I will not accept this engagement. However, if it is a requirement of law that you will have to accept, there is no option, I will accept this. But however, I will never write in my report that I have done this audit in accordance with standard on auditing, because I could not apply SA 810. I did this audit only because of the requirement of law. So here we cannot mention that it was conducted in accordance with SA, because it was conducted in accordance with the law. So this is whenever we express an unmodified opinion. Once again, when we express an unmodified opinion following compliance framework, this is what we will write. If we are following fair presentation framework, this is what we will write. If the law and regulation prescribes what should be the wordings, we will follow that. But if we think so, it will create some misunderstanding, we will provide additional explanation to mitigate it. But in case if we cannot do it, then we will not accept unless required by law. But if the law says, yeah, we will have to accept, we will accept, but we will never mention that we audited in accordance with the standards on auditing. Moving ahead with the format of the report, my friends, this is one more format. Do not skip any formats. ICAI is asking question based on format. If you go to the back side of the textbook, the module, they have asked the question, and also on the RTP MTPs. So here, firstly, we need to write title. What is going to be the title? Title should always indicate that this is independent auditor's report. So we should always indicate that this is what? Independent auditor's report on the summary financial statement. Then we will write the addressee. See, addressee may depend, it may vary from case to case. How do we evaluate who is going to be the addressee? See, it depends on what is going to be the terms of engagement. Let us say we are appointed by bank to prepare a summary, then the bankers will be the addressee. Let us say we will see whether it is a listed entity or unlisted entity, whether it is general purpose financial statement or special purpose. If it is general, it will be for public at large, but for special purpose, it will be for those intended users. Hence, the address may change from circumstance to circumstance. Then we will write the introductory para. In introductory para, we need to write a star. What we need to mention there is a star. What is star? Firstly, see, subsequent event is only up to the date of the audited financial statement. Let us understand this point, very important for MCQ as well. Let us say financial statements were made on 31st of March 24. These financial statements were audited on 20th of August 24. Now, summary is derived is from audited from financial statement. Let us say it was derived on 25th of August 24. And now we are auditing summary financial statement on, and we are giving opinion on this audited summary report. So here we are giving report. This was also basically a report. So here we are giving report on 31st of August 24. Now subsequent event will only be from financial statement till the date of audit report on the audited financial statement. See, this will not cover this period. We are not going to cover this period to this period. Subsequent event will be only from the financial statement till the date of audit report on the financial statement. See, here summary is derived from what? Audited financial statement. Now any event after this period is any which was not part of audited financial statement. Hence subsequent event is only up to the date of audited financial statement. Secondly, we will tell them, see, reading summary is not a substitute for reading the main book. So if I'm giving you the summary, it is not a substitute for not reading the main book, right? Likewise, it is not a substitute for reading the audited financial statement. Along with this, you must read the audited financial statement. Next, we will identify the title of each statement. For example, let us say in this, if balance sheet is included, P&L is included, cash flow is included. So we'll write the title of each statement included in the summary. We will identify this as what identifies audited financial statement from which a summary has been made. Lastly, we will also refer to the report of the audited financial statement and what is the type of opinion expressed there. So if there is an unmodified opinion, qualified, adverse, whatever is the opinion, we'll give a reference to that as well. So once again, in the introductory paragraph, what we will write there is star. Firstly, subsequent event is only up to the date of the audit of the audited financial statement. It is not a substitute for reading the audited financial statement. Title of each statement, including the summary. A. Identifies the audited financial statement. Refer to the auditor's report of the audited financial statement and type of opinion expressed. Then we will write what is the management responsibility. Then we will write what is the management's responsibility. Then we will write what is going to be what auditor's responsibility. Then we will write our opinion paragraph. Later on, we'll write the signature. In signature, we'll write what is the membership number, the firm registration number, UDIN number, date. See, earlier in our normal reports, we should say date should not be earlier than the date on which PSI has been obtained. See, till the time you have not obtained PSI, can you write a date on your report? No. But here, one more thing that we'll have to specify, that date of the auditor's report should not be earlier than the date of audited financial statement. See, till the time you have not given report on audited financial statement, can you give a report on summary? No. So, date should not be earlier than the date on which PSI has been obtained and the date of the auditor's report on audited financial statement. So, with this, we are done with the format of the report. If you wish, you can pause the video, revise this, and then go to the next point, which is very, very, very important. If there is a modified opinion on the audited financial statement. So what do we say by modification? Let us say there is a qualified opinion on audited financial statement. I'm not talking about summary. I'm talking of the audited financial statement from which the summary is derived. So there is either a modified opinion, qualified opinion, or let us say there is an emphasis of matter para given there, or other matter paragraph given there, or there is a murg paragraph. What is murg? Murgi, pak, 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 pak. Sorry, a very bad joke. What do you mean by a murg para? Material uncertainty relating to going concern. Or there is a other information para as per SA 720 on the audited financial statement. However, auditor is of the opinion that summary is consistent with the audited financial statement. So the audited financial statement in their report, they may have such qualification, emphasis, other matter para. In summary is consistent with this audited financial statement. There is no problem in creating this particular summary. Then in that case, we will have to state in the audit report on summary financial statement that the audited financial statement either contains a qualified opinion or emphasis, other matter para, murg para, other information para. We will also have to describe the qualified opinion, the emphasis, other matter, murg para, key audit matter or other information. If the opinion is modified, we will give them a basis for such opinion. Why have we modified the opinion? And if there is effect of such modification on the summary financial statement, we'll give the effect as well. And if there is any document containing the summary financial statement. This is if there is a qualified opinion, emphasis, other matter, key audit matter or other information. But whereas if there is a adverse or a disclaimer of opinion, I hope my friends you recollect, we will give qualified opinion where the matter is material but not pervasive. But we'll give adverse or disclaimer when the matter is material as well as pervasive. If we have given an adverse or a disclaimer of opinion on audited financial statement, not on summary, then in that case, again in the audit report of summary financial statement, we will state that the audited financial statement contains an adverse or a disclaimer of opinion. We will again describe the basis for opinion, why is the opinion modified on audited financial statement. But this time I will tell them I cannot issue any opinion on summary financial statement. So it would be inappropriate to express an opinion on summary financial statement. My friends, if the main book is incorrect, obviously the summary book will also be incorrect, right? Because summary was derived from the main book. Now, when we have given an adverse or a disclaimer on audited financial statement, why will I express any opinion on summary? When we know the audited financial statement is incorrect, it is adverse or a disclaimer, then why will we give any opinion on summary? Hence, I will tell them it is going to be inappropriate to express an opinion on summary financial statement. So, once again, let us revise. If it is qualified opinion, emphasis, other matter, murg para, key audit matter, other information, I will state in the audit report on summary financial statement that there was a qualified, emphasis, other matter in the audited financial statement report. I will describe that qualified opinion, emphasis, other matter. I will give the basis for opinion, and if there is any effect, I will let them know the effect as well. But however, if I have given any adverse opinion on the audited financial statement, I will state that there was an adverse or disclaimer. I will describe the basis for opinion, but I will tell them it is going to be inappropriate to express an opinion on summary financial statement. Second, now when will I modify my opinion on a summary financial statement? If the summary is not consistent with audited financial statement. See, just because audited financial statement here had a qualified opinion does not mean I will qualify my opinion on summary as well. In case if the summary is not consistent with audited financial statement, then I will go to the management and I will request them, you please make this correction. But however, the management does not agree and does not make the necessary changes, then in that case, I will end up giving an adverse opinion. My friends, here we are not saying qualified, disclaimer. Here we will give up an adverse opinion. In case of summary, we will not say whether the matter is material but not pervasive or pervasive. Since it is summary, we will end up giving what? Adverse opinion. So, if the summary financial statement are not consistent with audited financial statement, management does not make necessary changes, then in that case, we will give up adverse opinion. Very important, very important. On this point, question number 6 and question number 7, n number of questions are asked. Let me take you to the question bank here. CAY, the auditor of the company, has expressed adverse opinion on audited financial statement. What additional points he has to keep in mind while expressing opinion on summary? Now, in this case, what we will do, see, let's revise question number 6 once again. If there is an adverse opinion, state that the auditor's report on audited financial statement contains adverse opinion. Describe the basis of opinion, and due to such opinion, it is going to be inappropriate to express an opinion on summary financial statement. So, I hope you have understood what are the types of questions that they can ask here. Let me take you to one more question here. When audit report on the audited financial statement contains a qualified opinion, but the auditor is satisfied that the summary financial statement or a fair summary of the audited financial statement in accordance with the applied criteria. Which other matters the auditor's report on the summary financial statement contain in addition to the elements of the report described in essay 810. So here firstly we'll have to write question number 6. So here they have given qualified opinion and we are satisfied that there is no problem. Then in this case we will have to add all this point, that auditor's report on audited financial statement contains qualified opinion, emphasis, other matter, describe the qualified opinion, give the basis for such opinion and the effect on the summary. Now the second sub part of the question. If the summary financial statement are not a fair summary of audited financial statement in accordance with the applied criteria and management does not agree to make necessary changes, what are the implications on the auditor's opinion? Now, in case it is not consistent with the audited financial statement, management does not make necessary changes, then we will end up giving which opinion? Adverse opinion. So here we will give an adverse opinion. So point number 6 and 7 extremely important from the examination point of view. Now, point number 8, 9, 10 is actually application of other standards that we have already studied in a summary financial statement. For example, restriction on distribution or use or alerting the basis of accounting as per SA 800. See, a lot of times financial statement can be made as per special purpose framework. Now, if it is as per special purpose framework, we have studied in SA 800. All those students who have not seen SA 800, please go and revise that video as well. So, if the audited financial statement are prepared in accordance with special purpose framework, we will have to put similar restriction on the auditor's report on summary financial statement as well. In SA 800, when we used to give our opinion, we used to say it is only for specific users. It should not be distributed to public at large. Likewise, when we are giving when summary is made of special purpose framework and we are giving an audit opinion on that summary, we will again have to write in a report that there is a restriction on distribution of the report. You cannot give this report to everyone. So this is, implication of SA 800 here. Next, it is talking about SA 710. What was SA 710? Comparative financial statement. Now, audited financial statement contains comparative, but summary financial statement do not contain. We have to see whether that particular omission of the comparative is reasonable or not reasonable. If it is reasonable, no problem. But however, if that comparative which they have omitted in the summary, it is not reasonable, I will have to consider the effect on the audit report of the summary financial statement. So, if you recollect SA 710, it was comparative financial statement, corresponding figure. What is comparative? The amount of the previous year. The amounts are omitted in summary. It is reasonable, no problem, okay. But however it is unreasonable, I will have to consider the effect on summary. If I think so, it is unreasonable, management does not rectify the same, I will end up again giving which opinion? Adverse opinion. So if the summary financial statement contain comparatives that were reported by another auditor, the auditor's report and summary shall contain the matter that SA 7 requires the auditor to include in the auditor's report. So what are they trying to say? When comparative includes the matter that are audited by other auditor, in the audited financial statement used to give other matter para. Likewise, when I am giving report on summary financial statement and if there are comparatives which were audited by other auditor, then in that case I will add a other matter paragraph in my audit report on summary financial statement as well and inform the users that the previous year were audited by some other auditor. Very simple. So this is SA 710 in case of summary. So question number 8 was SA 800 in case of summary and question number 9 was 710 in case of summary. Now question number 10 is relevant to SA 700. So if you recollect, there was something called as supplementary information. What was supplementary information? Additional information that we have given along with the financial statement which are unaudited. So for example, let us say management reports, management views and everything. Now our opinion as auditors on financial statement and not on supplementary information. Now when financial statement are given to the users, we have to see whether the financial statement and supplementary information can be clearly differentiated. If they can be clearly differentiated, there is no problem. I am expressing my opinion on the financial statement, I will go ahead. But if the summary financial statement and the supplementary information are not clearly differentiated, now this will cause a problem, right? My opinion is on summary financial statement, not on supplementary information. But if they are given in such a way that it cannot be differentiated, user will think I am giving an opinion on the supplementary information as well. So I will ask the management to change the presentation. You present in such a way that user can easily differentiate what is summary financial statement, what is supplementary information. They make such a change, no problem. But if they refuse to make a change, I will have to consider my impact on the report, because I will have to inform the users that I am not expressing any opinion on the summary financial on the supplementary information. But however, if they accept the change, there is no problem. I will go ahead with the engagement. So once again, this was SA 700 in context of summary financial statement. If the summary financial statement and supplementary information are clearly differentiated, no problem, go ahead. If they cannot be clearly differentiated, I will ask the management to change the presentation and make it clearly differentiated. If they do it, very good. But if they do not do it, I am of the opinion that user may think my opinion is on this supplementary information as well, which is not the case. Then in that case, I will consider what will be the impact on my report. So question number 8, we understood the impact of special purpose framework. Question number 9, we understood the impact of comparatives, and question number 10, we understood the impact of supplementary information in summary financial statement. Question number 11 talks about other information. Now, what do you mean other information? If there is an annual report, in annual report, everything apart from financial statement and the audit report is considered as other information. If there is any material inconsistency between financial statement and other information, we follow SA 720. Likewise, when we are giving audited summary financial statement, if this audited summary financial statement is part of some annual report, and if there is inconsistency between audited summary financial statement and that particular other information, we will have to comply with 720 here as well in case of summary. So we need to see whether there is any material inconsistency. See, if there is no material inconsistency, the end. But if there is material inconsistency, evaluate whether the summary financial statements or other information needs to be revised. See, if there is an inconsistency between summary financial statement and other information, two possible scenarios. There is a misstatement in summary financial statement, we'll revise it. Or there is a misstatement in other information, we'll revise it. So evaluate whether a revision is needed in either of the things. If there is no material inconsistency, the end. If the revision is required, I will discuss with the management. If no revision is required, nothing, ignore, I will not do anything. Now, here I will discuss with the management. But let us say if the management refuses to revise the information. So this is the new point. So once again, wherever I have underlined things, this is the new addition in May 25 modules. So if the management refuses to revise the information, then auditor will take appropriate action, including consider implication on the auditor's report on summary financial statement. So I will have to apply my 720 here as it is where it is. Whatever we used to do in 720, in case of summary financial statement as well, we will do the same. So once again, to summarize, whether there is a material inconsistency or no. If no, ignore it. If yes, evaluate whether summary financial statements or other information needs to be revised. No revision is necessary, ignore. And if yes, I will discuss with the management. If management refuses, I will consider what will be my impact on my audit report as I do in SA 720. So once again, question number 8 was SA 800, 9 was 710, and question 10 was related to 700, and question number 11 was related to 720. So it was implication of other standards in case of summary financial statement. Now a very interesting question. Association, Auditors Association. No question so far has been framed on this, but I am very optimistic that a question soon will be framed on this particular part. Now let's say entity plans to state that the auditor has reported on summary financial statement in a document containing summary financial statement. See, usually whenever management or entity writes audited summary financial statement, so what is the entity trying to say? The entity is trying to say this summary financial statement have been audited. So entity plans to state auditor has reported on summary financial statement in a document containing summary financial statement. So they are using the terminology audited summary financial statement, but does not plan to include the auditor's report on the same. So I am telling the users and management, okay, see, this our summary financial statement are audited, but I'm not giving the audit report. What sense will it make? Hence, auditor shall request the management to include the audit report in the document. So I'll tell them, since you are writing audited summary financial statement, give my report as well. Management accepts, no problem, I'll go ahead. But if the management refuses, here I will have to take appropriate actions. I will have to make sure to prevent management inappropriately associating auditor with the summary financial statement. See, this is very inappropriate. You are telling the users this is audited summary financial statement, but whereas you are not giving my opinion, you are not giving my report, how will the users understand this is audited? But will users get it whether it is unmodified opinion or an adverse opinion? Hence, I will have to take appropriate action. See, what I can do is, for example, if the AGM is near, I may, read this out at the AGM, or I as an auditor can end up giving a public notice. So here they are saying take appropriate action. In exam also we will end up writing appropriate action, but only for your understanding I gave an example what actions can we take. So once again, entity plans to state that the auditor has reported on summary financial statement in a document containing summary financial statement, but does not plan to include the auditor's report. We will request them with a lot, being very humble, we'll ask them, please include our audit report as well. If they accept it, very good. But if they do not accept, then I will have to carry out appropriate action to prevent management inappropriately associating me as auditor with summary financial statement. Second point. Now, auditor is engaged to audit financial statement, but not on summary. In the first case, we were auditing summary as well. But here we are appointed to audit only audited financial statement and not the summary. Now, entity plans to make a statement that refers to the auditor and the fact that the summary financial statement are derived from audited financial statement. See, this time they are not using the terminology audited summary financial statement. But wisely, what they are saying is this summary financial statement are derived from audited financial statement, which is the fact. Okay, we studied at the start of the standard that summary is derived from the audited. Then the auditor in this case shall be satisfied with two things. If they are saying that summary is derived from audited financial statement, you give my audit report on those financial statement. Second, the statement should not give an impression that the auditor has reported on summary as well. Okay, so they should, firstly, if they are going to say that summary is derived from audited financial statement, my condition number one is you give a reference to my report there. Second condition is user should not misunderstand. It should not give an impression that my opinion is on the financial statement as well as summary. Okay, but if either of the things are not met, now they are not giving my report, or it is leading to an impression that my opinion is on summary as well, then in that case, I will request the management not to refer to my report in that particular document, or you engage me to report on summary financial statement as well. So I'm giving you two options, management. Either you don't give my reference because it is misleading. It is leading to people it is misleading people to understand that I am giving an opinion summary, which is not the case. So you don't give my reference to my report there, or you appoint me for summary as well. Then I will not stop you. Then you can give my reference, you can give my report as well. So it is either of the two cases. Now, if the management accepts to the change, I am very happy. Win-win situation for management as well as for the auditor. But if they refuse to change, I will tell the management I disagree to my name being used there. I disagree to the reference to the auditor, and I will again have to take appropriate action because they are inappropriately referring to my name. Once again, let me revise this whole thing once again for you. The first case was, now they said entity plans to state that the auditors reported on summary financial statement in document containing summary financial statement, but does not give my report. I will ask them, please give my report as well. Management gives it, very good. If they do not, in that case, I will again have to take appropriate action because they are inappropriately associating auditor with summary financial statement. Second, they engage auditor to audit financial statement, but not for summary. Now, entity plans to make a statement that refers to the auditor and fact that summary is derived from what? Audited financial statement. Here, I should be satisfied with two things. Firstly, reference is made in context of the auditor's report. Second, statement does not give impression that the auditor has reported summary as well. If A or B are not met, I will request management not to refer to the auditor's report in the document, or alternatively engage me to report on summary as well. If management accepts, very good. If management does not accept, then in that case I will again have to carry out appropriate action to prevent management inappropriately referring to the audit. With this, we are also done with our discussion of SA 810, my friends. We have discussed a few questions, but once again, I would request all the questions given in the question bank in the description section in the PDF. Go through the question bank as well, because my friends, like I always say, you have to understand, memorize, and also make your interpretation skill well. Only when you do all these three things, you will be able to score good marks in auditing. Thank you very much, my friends. With this, I put an end to this video. See you in the next video with other topics.